This is the RV Advisor Podcast with your host, Tom Alexander. Get all the latest information, trends, advice from experts, stories from the road, and more in the world of recreational vehicles. Now, here's Tom.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the RV Advisor Podcast. I'm Tom Alexander, and I'm joined by the Jurgys. It is Nellie and Bryce.
Yep,
hey,
hello.
folks. Hey, how are you?
So good. Thanks for having us on here.
Yeah, thrilled to be here.
It's great. It's great to have you on, and I know that you have gained a great popularity among RV enthusiasts, and you're it's growing all the time. You're speaking to us today from near Sacramento, California, and how things going out there. I know that it's been up and down with the COVID thing, and how are things these days? Improving a little?
As far as the COVID, it's hard to tell, but we've coped with it by more intentional planning of where we're going to be there for a little while.
Yeah.
So right now we're visiting with family, and it's been great. It's been really hot.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
Everything's still closed, but that's all right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know that it's been it's been unusually hot this summer out there.
Yeah.
Even in the San Francisco area, I've heard that where the old saying goes, the coldest winter I've ever spent was the summer in San Francisco. It's even hot out there. So so having to cope with that on top of everything else. And of course, there's a third member of the family that probably sleeping right now.
We do have our third. Her name is Evelyn, and she's 2, but we actually just had another baby, and she will be 11 weeks in 2 days.
Yeah.
So we have 2 little girls.
Wow. Oh, that's fantastic. Well, congratulations on the new arrival, the recent arrival.
We're a real family now.
Wow. Yeah, 2. That's great. Boy, so when you're on the road and you've got the 2 little ones, I mean, from a perspective of having sort of a brick and mortar type of situation versus an RV, do you find it being any more of a challenge, or is it maybe simpler?
Not really. So we left on our RV journey when Evelyn was almost 3 months old,
Mm-hmm.
and we were out there for almost 2 years, basically her whole life.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. Honestly, we were a little worried it was going to be difficult, but it really wasn't. She actually really thrived at being in different places. We were constantly exploring, or being, we were just outside a lot, and it really shaped her character. And I think the only maybe difficult part was just like the longer drives, and her having to be in a car seat, because we always had her in a car seat in the RV.
Sure.
But even that, it was still nice because you pull over and have lunch and let her run around. We didn't have to plan the perfect place to stop to let her get out
Or go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
We had it all with us.
So it's kind of, as we were learning how to be parents, is when we were learning how to do the RV life too. So it kind of was just all the same thing.
Yeah, so this is always a thing, because you make that transition from brick and mortar to a house or an apartment or wherever you are into this home on wheels. And it's funny because we've had folks that are a lot older than you on the show, as well as people your age and or in your general age demographic. But the one story that's similar, I think, is that there is that period, that window, that transition period where you're going from, your home into a home on wheels. Tell us a little bit about how that transition was. Did you grow up RVing, or was it a whole new thing for you both?
No, I mean, I've taken a couple RV trips with friends in college, but other than that, no, not really.
First time I was told after that my grandparents had one, a smaller rig, but I don't remember that at all. So the first time that I knew of even riding in an RV was after we bought it.
Yeah.
Drove off the
And so
lot.
I was driving it, as my first time even in an RV. And
wow. How big was it? A big one, or was it a pretty good size?
Yeah. Class A, 35 foot.
Okay.
And it didn't have side cameras or any of that yet. It just had an old school backup camera with a tiny little tube TV.
Yeah.
So I Yeah, I hopped a curb and then clipped a tree branch going down our neighborhood. I thought like it was going to be this grandiose, going to drive down the road. Nellie's going to come out with our baby, and it's going to be this magical, like, yeah, come into our home. And instead, after I clipped the branch and I was blocking traffic, I called her and I was like, hey, hurry out here. Just get in the RV. I don't want to park.
Yeah. So, yeah, not exactly tooling around in a Volkswagen or something. It's a little different driving experience. Yeah, that's obviously a major thing. We want to learn more about how your stories and your adventures have kind of caught on YouTube and as well as Instagram and or other places where folks can follow your adventures. We'll do that. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back right here on the RV Advisor podcast. Back in a moment.
Hey, RV owners and those thinking about owning. Want to maximize the fun and minimize the hassle of buying an RV? You need GPS. It's Gigi's personal service. Our $350 package gets you me, the expert advice, and a host of outstanding services. Visit thervadvisor.com.
We are back on the RV Advisor podcast. My name's Tom Alexander, and my guests are the Jurgys. It is Nellie and it is Bryce. And I'll tell you, when I hear these stories of how these just incredible social media phenomenons occur, it just blows my mind. I think it's fantastic. You just told me in the break that 233,000 followers on YouTube, 33,000 on Instagram, and you've also got about 24,000 on Facebook. So you're no strangers to RV enthusiasts, and probably folks that don't even RV. They just find you guys just cool, So
Or weird, one of those. Yeah.
So first of all, who was the one, or was it a sort of a joint decision to say, hey, you know what, let's start? Oh yeah, he's the one, huh?
He's the one. It's him.
Okay, so
I was always for it. Yeah, I was excited about the idea, and even when we were dating, I would film stuff all the time. Yeah. When I was confident that, this could be a good this is going to happen, we're going to get married, I would make videos for our kids, joking around. And then one of my coworkers told me about this vlogging thing, and he's like, you guys really should do a channel. And Nellie wasn't keen on doing it for a little while. She loved, we were always going on these adventures and road trips, right, and documenting stuff for us. And then it took, so one time I was away for a work project. I worked at an agency. We were filming a commercial, and she found a lump and went in to get it looked at. And one of the doctors and nurses, they were confident. They were like, this looks like breast cancer, but we can't tell you that it is. And so they took tests for it. And I was gone for a few days, but I came back as soon as I could during that time while we were waiting for test results. And so that was just...
It was very eye-opening.
Yeah, switch flipped for Nellie, where she's like, okay, maybe we should change our jobs. Let's make a YouTube channel, and let's make videos every week. I want to make memories for you, regardless of what happens. I want to make inspirational stuff to get families to go out and do. Yeah. And to travel and to make memories together. And so we made the channel, and then we got the results that thankfully it wasn't cancer. She still goes on. She has she still gets checked up and stuff, but she's good. Yeah. But we had already committed at that point to our channel. Yeah.
So then we made YouTube videos and all the stuff. We bought a van because we were still single, and not single, but married and no kids. No kids. Right. And then right after, about when Avian was about to be born, Bryce was just like, what if? What if?
Yeah, we started hiding these geocache treasures wherever we went to motivate people to get out and explore. Yeah. And so if they found it, we would send them stuff. And now it's where every treasure is like free RV rental with Cruise America, or a free
helicopter ride to New York,
skydiving, different things that are adventurous. And so we did the 50 states.
Had a treasure in each state for a free experience. Usually it's what we were doing. So In Florida, we swam with manatees. So then we gave a free experience for family to do the same thing if they found the treasure. So we didn't want to just be like, oh, look at us, we're traveling in an RV, we're cool. We wanted to like inspire people to like, there's adventure and there's things to explore right in your backyard. Like in the United States, you can go anywhere. And we just want to motivate families too, to like, and friends to like spend quality time with each other. Like get off your phone, go outside and have an adventure.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'll tell you, you know, you'll go into a restaurant. Sometimes you'll see a family of 4 sitting in a booth and no one's talking. They're all looking, they're all on their phone.
Crazy.
And it is crazy. And, you know, but I think if there's a positive that's come out of this whole Corona experience, COVID experience, it's, I think, you know, people are together. They're alone together, right? You know, we're all doing this and I'd like to think that people are reconnecting, families are reconnecting and learning more about each other and sort of a little bit of a positive throwback to a simpler time when people didn't have as many distractions as we have now. And I think what you guys are doing is pretty awesome. And that you're inspiring other folks, and I love the idea of the treasure. I guess treasure hunts is the best way to put it, and maybe. And I saw that I think you've got an RV you're giving away as we tape this, as we record this. That you're just about to give one away here in the next 24 hours or something.
Yeah, so we did. We actually just announced the winner today. We did a free RV trip with Cruise America. And so, that giveaway was on our Instagram, and we had like almost 1,300 submissions, and we went live and had our name randomly generated from it and picked. She's excited. She's going to go to the Grand Canyon with her fiance and 2 little girls.
Oh, wow. That's fantastic.
And we have our Class A RV. We're trying to decide if we sell it to then upgrade to like, we want to get a rig with a separate room for our girls. Now that we're just like, it'd be nice to have an office or a separate room or something. And so we're either going to sell our RV, or if we can figure out a way to do a giveaway for our own RV where we still come out okay, where we could then afford a different rig or something. We're trying to figure that out.
Well, so is this kind of, you alluded, Bryce, to, I guess, were you in advertising for a while with an ad agency? Is that what you were doing?
Yeah, we used to do commercials for a lot of blue chip companies. Like one of our last gigs was with Pepsi, and so it was going really well.
Yeah.
But just had.
Were you with a major agency or?
So I was on the founding team. We were solely we were an agency that focused on YouTube. And so at the time, we were one of the first that was doing that. So like, these big companies had big budgets for TV and all this other ad spend, and then they would connect with us to do their content for YouTube. And so we'd make videos that had potential to go viral, and
they were killing it. You really were in a good position.
Yeah, we were getting like over 100 million views for our clients, or like 20 million views, or and it was awesome. But I had one of those moments where you kind of see the trajectory, and life is great, my job is great, but I'm becoming busier and more committed to these things. And it was that shake up moment of like, okay, what's important? And
you didn't like the aspect of that you were making money for somebody else.
That too. That did drive me nuts.
That's good. So now what you're doing is you're kind of living your life.
Yep.
And your life is your work in a way.
Yeah. And so that's a balance, right? To figure out, okay, let's go and experience something, but then also how can we film it while not letting that take away from us living it? And we've figured out a way to monetize living the life that we want. And we're still figuring things out, but we have figured it out and it's working. And so we get a lot of families asking us different things. And so we've put together a course that we're almost finished with that breaks down all the hard lessons we've learned and do these things that'll help you accelerate faster and grow a following and work with brands to pay you to
basically travel.
Yeah, to do what you want to do.
Wow. Well, That's very inspiring, and you know, it's kind of cool because I think, particularly when I see people in your age bracket doing this kind of thing and getting such an early start, it's really inspiring. And people more my age who are in their last maybe few years or last decade of their prime working years and thinking about retirement, and then they wait until that time in their life to do it. Not that there's anything wrong with that either, but
Right.
it's pretty cool to see people your age saying, hey, you know what, I'm going to break away from the prefab American dream and find our own dream, right?
Yeah.
And you're doing it, you're living it. It's really awesome. Tell folks again where they can track you down. They can find you. Track you down sounds like I'm trying to encouraging stalking. I'm not doing that.
Just look for RV on the road and follow. I'm just kidding. No, yeah. So you can find us anywhere if you type in at the Jurgys. So and then Jurgys is Jurgys. So the Jurgys on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and then orderthejurgys.com. There's more about our course there and the latest going on in our life. But yeah, we love meeting all these, like, again, we're still learning a lot we feel experienced, like we know what we're doing, but then you're always learning something else within RVing. And one of our favorite things is when we meet other people who are making it happen, and just by talking and associating with them, you learn more things from them. But yeah, that's where you can find us, anywhere at the Jurgys.
That's great. Now, last question for you. Do you find that, are you finding more and more in your travels that you're running into folks your own age versus people closer to my age or older?
It's starting to happen more and more.
Yeah.
The majority, I think, is still like people in your age bracket.
Mm-hmm.
But we are discovering more and more families that are traveling for work or just.
That's another, sorry,
Yeah, go ahead.
A silver lining from this COVID-ness, right? If another good thing can be pulled from it is that companies have realized, people can work from wherever if they're producing results.
Yeah.
Or people have realized that for themselves. And so now they're realizing all I need is service, which is now so much easier to come by. And we get every week new families our age.
Well, every day on our Instagram, it's like, guess what? We got an RV. And we're like, sweet.
So it is definitely growing. And
well, listen, the RV business is just absolutely exploding right now because of COVID, because folks are, they're looking for an alternative getaway, and maybe these are folks that are just wanting to, I don't know, do 2 or 3 weeks. And then those people sometimes go on and, become like yourselves, become full-timers. So it's pretty cool.
We thought this was going to be like a 5-month trip. We're like, we'll just go and hide treasures in all states. And
be done.
2 years later, we're like, this is fun.
Yeah. Here we are, right?
Yeah.
So we keep it rolling for the next, 50 years or so.
Yeah.
Fine. Well, listen, Jurgys, we really appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming on. It was wonderful to see you both and chat with you, and love to have you on again sometime.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Tom. We'd love
for having us.
That'd be great. Nellie and Bryce. They are the Jurgys, and just look for them online. You'll find them. It's Jurgys. And that's where that's the starting point. And then you're sure to find them. Jurgys, and type in RV and you can't miss them. All right, folks, that's it. So we are done with another edition of the RV. I almost forgot there. It's late. RV Advisor Podcast. I'm Tom Alexander. We'll see you next time. So long, everybody.